Welcome back to another true crime segment on Exploring with Ash and Jake. Today we're going to be talking about 11 things you didn't know about Charles Manson. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Fact number 1. Charles Manson spent approximately 60 of his 83 years in prison. His first conviction was for armed robbery that came at the tender age of 13, and by the time he was 32, he had been incarcerated for a total of already 17 years. Fact number 2. Manson had a wayward mother. While Manson never knew his father, his alcoholic mother played a disruptive role in his early life. Stories about that she had sold him to a childless waitress in exchange for a pitcher of beer while he was just a toddler, a situation his uncle rescued him from shortly after. Along with his brother, Manson's mother was sentenced to 5 years in prison in 1939 for robbing a gas station using a ketchup bottle. Fact number 3. A brush with the Beach Boys. Charles Manson's musical aspirations and his failures to achieve them are well established. Less well known is the fact that the version of one of his songs made it on the Beach Boys album. A fleeting friendship with the drummer and former roommate Dennis Wilson saw that the band recorded a version of Mason's song Cease to Exist, which they reworked heavily and retitled Never Learn to Not to Love. The song appeared on the band's 1969 album 2020, and as the B-side to the single Bluebirds Over the Mountain, Mason did not receive a writing credit at all. Fact number 4. A pertinent rejection. In 1968, Charles Manson's music was rejected by record producer Terry Melcher, the son of Doris Day. At the time, Melcher lived in the Benedict Canyon residence, which would later be rented by the Roman Polanski and Sharon Tate. It was to this address that Manson dispatched his followers to commit the atrocities that they would also account for the murder of the heavily pregnant Tate. Fact 5. A gruesome typo. It is well known that Mason was obsessed with the Beatles, in particular the track Helter Skelter, which appeared on the band's 1968 release, The White Album. Manson interrupted the song's lyrics as a warning of a coming race war, an analysis he keenly drummed into his followers at the scene of the murders in the Benedict Canyon. The family dubbed messages on the walls using the blood of the victims, including the misspelled Helter Skelter. Fact number 6. A lawyer's mysterious end. During the trial of Manson and his followers, one of the defending lawyers, Ronald Hughes, disappeared while on a camping trip. His body was found 3 months later, but no cause of death could be determined, and no one was ever charged in the connection with his death. Fact number 7. Presidential outburst almost sank the trial. Having an overly vocal president is nothing new. With Manson's trial ongoing, then President Richard Nixon was quoted in the press saying that Manson was guilty directly or indirectly. Manson seized on the words, brandishing a newspaper front page during his trial, which he carried the headline, Manson guilty. Nixon declares Manson's lawyer pushed for a mistrial but were ultimately unsuccessful. Fact number 8. Dodged the gas chamber. Manson and his group were sentenced to death in the gas chamber for their crimes, but the sentences were commuted to the life imprisonment when California Supreme Court abolished the death penalty in 1972. Fact number 9. Attempt to kill the president. Although not directly involved with the Manson family murders, Lynette Squeaky Fremont was the Mason's devotee who camped outside the trial in 1975. She attempted to assassinate President Gerald Ford. Anger at the plight of the California's redwoods reportedly her motive, but her gun jammed and she served 34 years in prison. Fact 10. Assault in prison. In 1984, a fellow prisoner of Mason, Jan Holmstrom, attempted to kill him by pouring paint thinner over him and setting him alight. Holmstrom said the attack was prompted by Manson's objections to his hair, Krishna Shantz. Fact number 11. Royalties denied. In the 1990s, Guns N' Roses recorded a version of Manson's song Look at Your Game Girl, which appeared on the band's album, The Spaghetti Incident. For a period, it seemed that Manson would benefit it financially before legal action from Bartek Frykowski, the son of one of the Manson's victims, saw the royalties. Instead, paid it to him as a reparation for his father's death. As always, I hope everyone is having a blessed day. Thanks for supporting our channel. For every like, comment, subscription, or share that we get this month, we will be donating $1 to St. Jude's Children's Research for Childhood Cancer. Thanks so much and have a great day, everyone. Keep exploring and stay weird.